Hello everyone, welcome to Switchcraft, a Fingerboard podcast. My name is Jana, and this time I have a very special guest who I wanted to come on the podcast for quite a while, and we finally could make it happen. One of my best friends, say hello to Jana Kemmer. Oh yeah, hi, hello, thank you for having me. This is a pleasure to be on. Yeah, like I said, really stoked to have you on. Want to talk to you for so long, and amazing that we can finally make it happen. Yeah, tell us a few things about yourself. Yeah, sure. I'm Jana. I'm from Berlin, or I've been living in Berlin for the past 7 years. And yeah, I'm a local of the Asi Berlin shop. And yeah, I started fingerboarding in the... We know that you don't need to tell that story for the 100th times. But... No, really. Okay. Yeah, anyway, so, I'm a local at the Asi shop, and yeah, I hang out there all the time, and, I also host a podcast about fingerboarding where I release interviews every other week, with people from all over the world. Oh, that's really cool. What's the name of the podcast that you have? It's called Switchcraft. I think I was the very first one to have a fingerboard podcast ever. But that's not true, right? There were people before you doing fingerboard. No, I mean, but I was the first one who does a podcast who still does it now. But yeah, but that's not the first one. Stop talking shit. Why the fuck would you want me to have me on and then not even let me tell my stories or call everything I say bullshit? I think we need to take a small break. We'll be right back in a couple of minutes.
Was zur Hölle soll das? Sagst du das mir? Was zur Hölle ist das hier, was du hier gerade machst? Wir machen das jetzt einfach fertig.
So, anyway, like I mentioned, one of my best friends, Jana, you listening to your podcasts earlier, you sometimes struggle with English words, if I might say so. There's sometimes long breaks between questions that you ask, and sometimes even a lot of filler words. And yeah, I want to ask if you ever thought of changing that, if you ever thought of working on your English skills, especially since you do talk a lot and interrupt every guest you ever have. Do you really want to keep this going? Fuck this shit, I'm too old for this. I mean, English is not my first language. Not everyone can speak without making a lot of pauses and stuff. But, I don't know. Okay, I don't think this is going anywhere. Let's just fast forward this a bit. There's a segment that I like to do with all of my guests, and I guess we can try that. I mean, yeah, not sure if I'm even going to publish this episode, to be honest. But yeah, let's just try the rapid fire. The rapid fire is called rapid fire, but it's everything but rapid. You know that. But please don't ramble on too long on each question, because you do that over the whole episode anyway. So yeah, let's try to keep it a bit succinct. So the very first question is, what's your favorite wheels? Yeah, sure. My favorite wheels currently are Hartz-IV wheels, and I have to admit, I mean, I don't say it out loud quite a lot, but I actually do like Joy-Cult XLs. I'm not the biggest fan of the quality or other stuff that has come out of the Joy-Cult house, but I mean the shape is really good, and at least for a couple months they work really fine for me. But yeah, I'm aware that I'm being a bit critical about that. Yeah, wouldn't expected anything else. What's your favorite deck and shape? My favorite deck is the 5-luck. Obviously, you talk about that every time. Yeah, but you asked me. Sure. So it's the 5-luck, and it's the Tech 5. I've been riding the Woo for a very long time, all in 33.3. We get to that later. Please don't talk about it with. But okay. Yeah. Used to ride the Woo, now I ride the Tech 5, and yeah, it's just the best deck on the market, or the best decks. They have very symmetrical kicks, and the Tech 5. Please don't make this into an ad for 5-luck again. You already had Bird on. But it's just the best. Okay, so what's your favorite trick on flat? But let me guess. It's a 360 pop shove it. Yeah. And your favorite trick on obstacle? 360 pop shove it nose grind? How the fuck do you know that? You mention that like every other episode. Okay, I think the next one might actually be interesting. What's your favorite song right now? I do listen to quite a lot of genres of music, and I'd like to break it down with like one song for each genre, if that's alright. Yeah, sure. Just do that. Yeah, so as a lot of you might know, I listen to a lot of metal, and in metal, like one of my main genres is called black and roll. It's like very fast metal, like thrash metal, speed metal, with a rock and roll feeling, and about Satanism and stuff. So yeah, one of my favorite songs there is, or currently, is Sultans of Satan by Queltag, or however you pronounce that. Then I also listen to a lot of melodic death metal. Isn't that like the same as the other one? No, it's very different. Melodic death metal is like death metal, but it's very melodic. Wow. Such a good description. Yeah, so my favorite song there is probably Phantom Days by Dark Tranquillity at the moment. I also do listen to a lot of like prog rock, especially Devin Townsend. Yeah, so his favorite song currently would probably be Borderlands or Kingdom. So you can't even stick to one per genre per artist now. Great. Fuck you. So I also do listen to a lot of ska. In ska, one of my favorite bands are the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, and yeah, from them it's probably Knock on Wood. But I also do like an Austrian ska band whose singer actually used to be in a gothic band that I used to love way back when. Yeah, they're called Ruskaya, and yeah, it's probably Change, the song that I like the most. And in like goth and roll, which is like the gothic variation of rock and roll, I do listen to a lot of like Sisters of Mercy at the moment. Yeah, so it would probably be, I don't know, one of the 3 Sisters of Mercy songs. So yeah, let's just say More. The song is called More. And I also really like the very electronic gothic stuff. So that would probably be Perpetual by Vinvination. And yeah, do you like me to go? Please don't. Yeah, so that's all the songs. I guess. I mean, at least we have one thing going in this interview, in that I don't know a single song that you just mentioned in here. But you... So, do you prefer outdoor or indoor? Indoor. I hate dealing with other people. Such a surprise. What do you do for a living? I'm a web developer and like project manager, so I basically tell other people what to do. Wow. So you don't do anything at all and just tell other people to do the work? What's your favorite obstacle? It used to be the simple bench, but I actually received a gift from a friend from Canada, a two-finger on Instagram, and it's a bench that he made with like a concrete top, and it's really, really awesome. I mean, I have to agree with you on this one. That dude is pretty cool. Yeah. Do you prefer concrete, wood, or granite? Probably granite, I guess, but concrete is also fine. Nollie, switch, regular, or fakie? I would say nollie. Nollie's fine for most tricks. Yeah, let's say nollie. Do you have any hobbies outside of... Oh boy, I think this might take a while, right? Yeah, okay, so yeah, I do have hobbies outside of fingerboarding. I do LARP, which is short for live action roleplay. It's about like medieval fantasy setting is what I do. So yeah, I create outfits over the whole day. I have like a very elaborate mask that costs more money than I'm willing to admit. And yeah, so I usually go to an event every summer that I don't miss, and other events that I can make. And that event like lasts for a week. I don't go on any social media and stuff. Only put on my cell phone every night to check if work tried to reach me or my boyfriend tried to reach me. And yeah, that's something I've been really missing in this past year. But yeah, LARP is a big hobby that I do. I also do other nerd shit. For example, I play a lot of Dungeons and Dragons, which especially lately had been my replacement for LARP. And yeah, I'm also a dungeon master there, so I come up with stories and puzzles and quests for my players, and then run them through them and try to kill them. In game, of course. Of course, sure. And also for the dungeon mastering stuff, I have like a bunch of miniature hobbies. So I paint miniatures, like 28mm scale miniatures that I used for representing combat and Dungeons and Dragons. I also create terrain for that, so I built like, I don't know, dungeon tiles, like a grid pattern with like wood blocks or stone. And yeah, I think most people are already tuned out. Yeah, I guess I think that one is quite nerdy. Yeah, to continue with this thing, with this trajectory, I play Magic the Gathering. I've been playing that since like 98, I guess. I met my boyfriend in a magic store like 7 years ago in Berlin. Yeah, it's a big part of my life. A lot of my friends I know from there. And yeah, if it's allowed, I meet up with people and play Magic. Or otherwise, I also play a lot of Magic online or Magic Arena. Also play other games like Counter-Strike, Trackmania lately, Skate XL, which I usually play with a guy like, he's a bit of an asshole. He's called Chris Henneman, but he's okay in Skater XL, and yeah, so I let him win once in a while to have him play with me anymore, like to continue play with me. But yeah, when I'm angry, I just stomp him in again with Skate if I want to. Yeah, I think those are my biggest hobbies. I also gotten into baking bread, not breaking bad, but baking bread. Yeah, I think those are like my biggest hobbies. I like to build stuff with my hands. Like, doesn't matter if it's a miniature or sewing or building furniture or whatever. Just making stuff. Yeah, let's keep this going. What's your favorite fingerboard video, and why is it Pissing Fingers 1? I mean, Pissing Fingers 1 was the one that started it. Like, it was the first fingerboard video I saw. At least the first that's more than a clip. I mean, back then YouTube wasn't really a thing. And yeah, it's just, it means so much. It meant so much for the scene. You see so many people in there that later went on to become legends, or already were legends back then. And yeah, I mean, I bought it as a VHS, and I think, if I don't mix it up. But yeah, it's an amazing piece of fingerboard history. I have to admit, that's also another thing I can agree on with you. If you could get one Black River Park, which one would it be? I mean, it would definitely not be a G8 or G14, because those are the ones I've ridden the most. Honestly, I would like to just have something other than those two access to. Oh, so you're now complaining that you only have a few Black River Parks you have access to? I mean, it's not like that. It's there at the shop. Still, never mind. Heel flip or kick flip? Kick flip. Who's your favorite fingerboarder? I think you mentioned that like every episode as well. I mean, my favorite fingerboarder overall has to be Fabian Schreiter. He was so fucking technical back in the day, and still is. Like, he was one of the first I saw riding Switch a lot. And yeah, he's on another level. Like, he's not riding for a while and still can do any flat trick you come up with. And I mean, there are a couple other people that I really enjoy. For example, this Soundsphere guy. Also, that guy who does hard sphere wheels. Also, Hannes, HCR something on Instagram. He won Aussie number 10. And yeah, he's like, funny story about him. Yeah, sure. Go on another tangent. Anyway, yeah, so when he first came to the store, I saw him and was like, oh yeah, someone I can play a game of Skate against. Because I hadn't seen him before, didn't know his face, like, thought like, oh yeah, this is going to be an easy one. Like, yeah. And then we started playing, and he destroyed me. Like, he wiped the floor with me, and I was like, Who is this guy? He wasn't even like 16 years old or something like that. Yeah. So yeah, and Martin Winkler has to be named. Yeah, I think those would be my short list. Or you mean your not so short list? What was your first event? My first event was German Championship 2004 in Freiburg. What's your favorite food right now? Favorite food? I have a lot. Like, I really miss ramen. Like, there's an amazing ramen place, not far from the other Berlin shop, like 100 meters or something. And yeah, I miss going there because they have amazing ramen, and yeah, just miss going there with friends after a session and then going back and having another session at the store. Yeah. Let's say ramen, but I like a lot of food. And I also don't like a lot of food. Who's your favorite skateboarder? Back in the day, it was Artuzali, right when Flip Sorry came out. I had the pro model of his. I mean, you can't not mention Rodney Mullen. He's just a goat, and especially someone who really likes flat ground stuff. I think I have to go with him, even though it's not the most creative answer, but yeah. Do you prefer loose or tight trucks? I would say medium. I know that everyone says medium, but I think I ride medium, but maybe more on the hard side, but not super hard, but yeah. What was your last personal NBD? The last one that I was really proud of how it turned out once I actually landed it was like half a year ago, but it's still like that was a battle I remember. That one was a 360 flip, frontside no slide down a handrail. And it doesn't sound hard, but it was fucking brutal for me. Like, I filmed that, I think, more than 1.5 hours. Like, over 3 sessions, but still. That one I was really proud of. Do you prefer one or multiples? Why do I even ask? Yeah, I mean, I write multiple setups. I think that is pretty much established now. I have around 11, 12. I honestly can't really tell you right now. Most of them are 5 lugs. Like, I have 5 of them are 5 lug Tech 5s in different configurations. And I also always have like 1 or 2 main setups. Like, one I ride all the time and another one I ride a lot. And usually I have a third one with me at the shop that I'm just trying out. Yeah. So, yeah, I really prefer having multiple ones, but I still have a main setup. What's your most hated trick in a game of skate? I mean, as far as tricks I can actually do, it has to be regular kickflip and fake 360 flip. As far as tricks I just can't do, it's nollie inward heel. Like, switch inward heel I'm slowly getting towards. Like, at least it's reasonable that I might eventually land it. But nollie inward heel I'm just so far removed from that trick. Yeah, I mean, everyone who does that trick is... Yeah, let's not go there. Do you prefer plastic or urethane wheels? Urethane. Used to ride plastic a lot, but now pretty much exclusively urethane. What's your favorite beverage? 2 lemonades both of them are at least partial in me gaining weight. Partially responsible for me gaining weight. One of them is called Polana Spezi. It's from a beer brand, but it's not beer. It's like a mix between Fanta and Coca-Cola, like lemonade and Coca-Cola. And the other one is just a very, very tasty lemonade called Orangina. Yeah, those two, I can't really choose. But maybe you can choose the next one. Cats or dogs? Cats all the way. My cat got to be 19 years old. We already had her mother before that. She only got like 5 or 6 years old, but yeah, still. Yeah, I had cats like all of my childhood. But eventually grew allergic to them, which sucks. But even still, I cuddle with cats even now, even though they make me not being able to breathe anymore. I guess that's a bit stupid, but yeah, I think we gathered that so far. Do you have any sponsors outside of 5luck? Because we don't need to go. No, but yeah, 32 or 34 millimeter. 33.3. But okay, what's your dream sponsor? Sure. My dream sponsors would probably be something for wheels, like one of the wheel companies I really like. And I mean Azzy Berlin, but yeah, maybe not really. But yeah, I think the one sponsor that I would like to be on the most would probably be FBS, because the tape is everything I ride. I know I would also really like a sponsorship from this location, because those are the bushings that I ride. And since I have way too many setups and like to color code them, color match them, I spend a lot of money on bushings and tape. So, and FBS is just the best tape ever. And yeah, so this location and FBS would be dream sponsors of mine. What's your favorite Instagram account to follow? There's this one account called jana.klar.larpe.ich, which is like someone who posts like LARP and D&D stuff, and I think that's really rad. What's your favorite overall company? I have to lump them together, and I think with their collaborations, I think it's fine for both of them. 5luck and Azzy Berlin. I mean, 5luck, I can't mention enough what an amazing quality the decks are, and how ridiculous it is that they're so cheap. And I really, really think it's amazing that Bird tries to keep the boards affordable for Canadians, because a lot of companies charge US prices, and I think it's really great that he charges Canadian, and that's why a board is like 25 euros for me, because it's like 35 Canadian. Yeah, so 5luck, because Bird is just amazing, and the boards have the best quality ever. And also Azzy Berlin, because of everything Timo does for the scene, and not even for the German scene, like for the whole scene, and keeps this paradise that we call the Azzy Berlin shop alive. And yeah, it's amazing to see. But also I really enjoy Black River, like everything they've done for the fingerboard scene. And this is not a joke, like legit. They created so many things that wouldn't be there otherwise. Like, I mentioned Pissing Fingers. They brought a level of professionality to fingerboarding. They really stepped up the game. They get a lot of flack, and I think some of that is warranted, but also we don't know everything, and we don't have to. But yeah, I think Black River is a bit underrated by some people, and yeah, so in order it would be Five Lag, Asi Berlin, Black River. Yeah, so this brings us finally to the end. Thank you for being here. I would usually say it was a pleasure, but yeah, thank you for being here. Yeah, fuck you.